There's quite a bit of commotion going on about DAZ Install Manager, and I'd like to just give it a shot here. I haven't been using it on my workstation, and right now I am sitting at my workstation. That's where I do these recordings. It's got the 8-core processor and 16 gigs of RAM, and it's the one that can handle this kind of stuff. So I wasn't quite ready to do this yet, but it seems right. There's too many open questions out there, so let's just take a look as we go. In order to prepare, I uninstalled DAZ Studio. I uninstalled all copies of Carrara. I did make backup files, so I'm pretty safe as far as content is concerned. But let's take a look now. I have Install Manager open and I'm logged in, and the reason that it's not showing anything is because I typed 45 up there. A few more numbers and I might accidentally find an order number. Let's take a little look what happens when I put in DAZ Studio. I've already hidden some that show up when I do DAZ Studio, and they are the tutorial videos that I don't need anymore. You can see that I started this, but my recording went south, so I decided I could have just selected that instead. See, but my recording went south, so I would start over again. And so here we are. I don't need to do this. This is kind of redundant. I'm doing both DAZ Studio 4.6 and the beta, and letting fate decide which one ends up on top. Now let's look at what's ready to install. Okay, we're deleting after we're installed, so that's good. I haven't been doing that. I usually go ahead and let it archive them, and then I archive them later onto a different hard drive. I like to collect hard drives just for saving things, but it's really quite convenient having a cloud at DAZ 3D where I can just keep all of my stuff. And then this DIM, I think is just fantastic. Oh, I want to point out right here, show details. Yeah, you don't need to have to delete that. You will end up getting a lot of excess stuff on your hard drive if you don't select that. Show details. This is where you can create your own runtimes. Look at that. It's all installed, ready to go. This is, I found out, is the same gear as clicking on there, but it opens you directly to the installation paths, and you can just cruise in here and make yourself a new runtime folder and give it a path to go, and I'm going to cancel that, and you can just keep making a whole list of all of your different runtimes that you need. So that's how you do that. I've already gone in and created a path for Carrara 8.5. Look at that. It put the nice. It put the beta DAZ Studio in a separate install. So that's kind of cool. So I've got it. 2 DAZ Studios as we speak. Now let's type in Carrara, see what happens. Look at that. Okay, I'm gonna pause real quick here. Okay, now I'd just like to point out that any one of these pages, this is the main home page. If you come all the way to the bottom down here under products, there's this install manager link. If you click on that, it takes you to this wonderful, I believe it's DAZ Jared that puts all this kind of stuff together. He's probably got a whole team. But anyway, this is all the information. Here's how you can download it, and it takes you through your steps, and this is all good information. Here are 3 nice little videos. One, are you new to installing content? That's really where DAZ Install Manager is amazing. If you're brand new to the whole thing and you start fresh, and you get good advice on how to manage your content, either by making new folders for it or not, which, however it works best for your situation. Because I do know that the actual DAZ library does attempt to sort everything out nicely, but okay, and then how about a fresh start? That's what I'm doing now, is uninstalling some stuff and reinstalling some stuff, and that some stuff is all being managed by the install manager, nothing else. There's a good rule of thumb that I am just going to pound on everybody is was there anything in the folder before DIM touched it? If the answer is yes, then DIM should not have touched it. It will even give you a warning if you try to have DIM use an install area that it doesn't like, because it's already got something in it. If you get that warning, heed that warning and make a new folder. That's all they ask. Make a new folder and have a good thing going. But these videos are neat. That's DAZ Jared giving you a nice little run through. More information, more videos, more information. Don't stop here though. Keep going, keep coming down here and check out this whole thing. This fact, and it doesn't take a whole lot of time to go through it all. But it's very essential stuff. And then if you think that it's helpful, in my I have this Carrara information manual stickied here, and I have a few things in here. Here's some 8.5 DIM support threads, and this is going to grow really soon here. I'm going to have to do some editing on this, but what this is simply a listing of threads that already exist, where discussions are being made circling around this with their titles in here, so that we can get answers easier. We also have Carrara 8.5 beta and Genesis, and I'll be updating that so that the beta part disappears. And that has an article from me, and I know it's on quotes, but I just did that for effect. You'll see that through this whole thing. I do a lot of things just for effect. And then Genesis with Aniblocks, and then I have these little things where you could just hit the back button, but otherwise you could just push that, animate through. I have another one in here where I was all excited when they first made it. Here's the DAZ Professional Artist and Developer Software Suite. The thing is this was amazing. DAZ 3D did the wonderful thing of giving away Bryce and DAZ Studio and Hexagon all together. It was just, I mean, it's not free anymore, but it's pretty close to it. They have their prices down pretty low. So I have a little bit of articles starting in there, and I still haven't actually played with Bryce Pro that much yet, or at all, really. So, okay, and there's a DAZ Forum software discussion field trip. But here I have where it says it totally rocks. So here's when I first discovered the install manager and started playing with it. And basically what I did is, as I was reading through the pages that I was showing you, I was going through it step by step and using it and writing this article all at the same time. And then here's where I first found out that it actually created a new library, because and I thought that, oh boy, it just screwed everything up. Well, no, it saves everything by doing that. The thing is if you still have your old DAZ library in place and you have Genesis installed to it, and then you have this library that Dim created, this is where all of your Genesis updates are going to occur, not the old one. And what happens then is you have incompatibilities in the software, and you start getting glitches, and now Genesis isn't working, it's giving you errors. And so you really cannot do cross installations like that. Just don't do it. But this is a place where you can come and hang out and learn. I have all kinds of little articles, and one of my ultimate favorites is Cripeman's Video Index, where these are all of Cripeman's videos kind of organized. And then here are the ones that I didn't organize yet. He has this excellent Frank Frazetta thing going on. Okay, but let's get back to Dim. Okay, so we come back to Dim, and all of my stuff is installed, and that's my Carrara stuff. I can check. There's DAZ Studio stuff, so that's in there. Now, I want to see what happens if I just type in Genesis. What happens then? Oh, there's a nice pile of stuff. So you see how I'm working this. What about yeah, see, I just can't get. Oh, that's right, because they don't actually make them for the Dim. They don't have the pose kits by Fenric. You have to actually get those individually from your account. Okay, we've got M5. Now what if I add Genesis to that? Nothing. You gotta do one or the other. So let's just start with Genesis. select all that. Have it install immediately. And the thing is now if something happens and one of these things turns up to be, I know another thing I want to do. Let me just deselect this stuff and come in here. But if what I was saying is if that turns out to be something that belongs in a different area, like it's supposed to get installed to the Carrara directory. DIM knows these things are set up right. I'm not seeing Bryce at all. I wonder if maybe I have it installed already. Anyway, I'll look into that on my own time. Let's continue going with Genesis. And what happens if I add 2 to that? Nice. These extra kits are really, really nice. I wonder if those are still there. Yeah, they are. They're in there. Cool. So I'm going to select all these and get them installed here. And see, now the thing is if you don't have to check this. And if it's checked now, you can uncheck it before this finishes and it won't install. It's not going to, it'll read the fact that you went, oh geez, and it'll help you fix it. And look at that, we got one of them installed already. It's, oh geez, I don't even use that. Well, you never know. You might want to do a Michelangelo or something. But this show details is really nice. That's your key to setting up custom runtimes. The other big key thing that I can't stress enough, do not use this tool at all on pre-existing content locations. Just don't do it. That screws everything up, and next thing you know, you have to try and fix that. And fixing it is a lot worse than just, some people might think that it might be too much of a pain in the butt to start all over and reinstall everything. But I'm telling you, this thing automates it. It's really quite simple, and as long as you know where you want your stuff, it's a simple process of selecting and starting a queue, selecting and starting a queue. And now that I've gotten this going, I can leave. I can go eat a sandwich, which I'm ready to do. I'm a little hungry, all this babbling. But yeah, so the DIM is not your enemy, and DAZ was very intelligent for creating this. Instead of having to go through an executable all the time, or there's the thing with zip, some people just don't like having to go through all of the zips themselves. This is actually much faster than doing it by yourself. It's a lot faster, especially when you watch it go from here and see it go through over here, and it is fast. And the longest process is downloading, especially when it's really thick, heavy sky like we have here now, slowing down our internet. But once again, I'm gonna let this run and look into some more issues, see if I can find some more issues to talk about that we can try and resolve. Okay, cool. So see, now everything that I had selected is now installed, and it tells me that it was installed by Dartanbeck in my DAZ 3D library. And I wasn't really planning on doing this, but it seems like the next logical place to go to help answer some questions. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to X this out and watch this fill up. Okay, and now I am just going to select this. I'm going to do a quick little look through for something that I might want hidden, because otherwise I'm going to download it and I'm going to have to delete it in the ready to install area. And there wouldn't be much in that category. You know what? I'm not even going to worry about that. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to deselect install after download. As a matter of fact, let's come through here and we are going to open this up and we are going to go, let's keep it somewhat simple. Well, I'll do it like my other one. I'm going to go label V4 and a path. Let's go with you know, why don't we keep stuff kind of together? Let's go documents. Let's go folder, and let's go my DAZ 3D Runtimes. How's that? A lot of people like to go to a separate drive. I don't. I usually just go to the straight up local disk. But instead of doing that, I'm going to go to that folder that I just made. And inside of there, I am going to go new folder, V4. Okay, select that folder. Accept. Now I'm going to go M4 and we'll go let's go back and let's go over here and then new folder M4, select that folder, accept. And then animals, runtime, new folder, animal, select folder, accept. And then I can just go like this, copy that, come here, go here, new folder, paste, select folder, accept, and then we'll go vehicles, copy that, new folder, paste, select, accept, and for now I'm just going to call this one legacy, and what that is going to be intended for is pre-generation 4 anything, generation 2, generation 3. Wait a minute. Let's go legacy 3. Select folder. select folder, and I'm going to change this label to Legacy 3. And that'll be for third generation stuff. Make one more. It's just called Legacy 1-2. It's for generations 1 and 2, which are compatible with each other. So go here, make a new folder, Control V, and you never know, I might decide to make another one, but I don't think so. I think that's going to cover. I like to keep everything really broad, and like environments, that includes anything outdoor, indoor, including plates, glasses, wheelbarrows, anything that has to do with scenery, buildings, grass, trees, anything. Why don't I make we should just do something special this time, something that I didn't do before, and I'm just going to go weapons, and that way I can have weapons for anybody. You know, a lot of weapons end up coming with a kit that goes along with a certain figure, clothing set or something like that. But okay, now I've got this, so I'm going to go ahead and accept that. And now when you're in here, you can just select any of the ones that you made. Really cool, right? Now I come over to ready to download, make sure that it cannot install, and sometimes I want to make sure, especially for posing packs, I like to make sure that I don't delete the package the first time through so that I can install it somewhere else. But I don't know. We'll see. Let's go ahead and start this queue, and just so you know, now everything that I haven't downloaded yet is downloading. And that's pretty cool. I really like this. And oh, one thing that I'm wondering about is I just made a purchase. It's your fault, you guys, having me do this stuff and going to the website to do a little research. And what happens? Oh, Dimension 3D, Dimension Theory has got this cool new set of HDRIs, and where is it? It's a platinum club sale for $199. I'm like, whoa, HDRI for $199. I'm not going to pass that up. Okay, I'm getting a little overexcited. Another thing I have to blame on you guys is that I didn't sleep last night. Too busy thinking about this stuff. Anyway, I'm not quite sure if that made it in here. I'm sure it did, and I'm sure I'll find that stuff. I'm seeing a lot of neat new stuff that I didn't get much chance to play with yet. This props for landscape scenes, 15 shaders for exteriors by Megaramoto. Pronounce his name. That's really cool. Asphalt, and dirt, and all kinds of neat Carrara shaders. I also have his props for landscape scenes, beach scene, which is really cool. That's another runtime that I'm going to make. It's called Low Res, and that's where I will put all of Predatron 3D's low res figures. I really like those. As vehicles, environs, oh man, all that cool Millennium environment stuff. Boy, that brings back the days. This keeps showing up. Install manager default filters. Not exactly sure what that is. It's all right, as long as DIM knows what's going on, and as long as it puts stuff where I can find it, I'll be a happy little guy. But that's all me. I have to set that up. And what might seem like a bit of a headache at first, actually turns out to be a godsend in the end. It's much easier to deal with all of your content in this fashion than it is to do it any other way. Okay, so I'm just kind of bruising through this stuff. Some really neat stuff. Oh man, I like this stuff. I like getting new content. Okay, I don't remember what my new pack is called, but I also got that cool new, I don't remember what it's called either, but it's that new, cool new semi-tractor that's in the new releases for Platinum Club at $199. I tell you, that Platinum Club, Rosie and I don't get very far. When we started to analyze whether it's worth, paying the yearly subscription, and oh my goodness, it doesn't take very long to realize that, oh yeah, it not only pays for itself, it pays me. But I like content, I like making models. I like making my own things, of course I do. Whether I want to make it all or whether I want to not buy cool things just because I can build my own stuff, that's ridiculous. When I see these cool things like this caged cart, why build that when he did such a great job of making that? And Pet's Car Ranger and the dinner food, sure, if you love a challenge or you just really want to make something your own way, or you just want to make something, period, this Florinda dress, boy, is that ever a nice piece of garment right there for Genesis 2 female. Space blocks by the Ant Farm, these sofas and Lewin Portail, everything in this list. I mean, I could just go on and hum how awesome this stuff is. I really like to have it. Oh, Greater and Lesser Goblin. Yeah, oh, I love that stuff. Boy, I have a bunch of that installed already. The raw art monster stuff for Genesis, and a lot of monster stuff for Genesis that is not raw art, like Midnight Stories, Lycan, yeah, a bunch of stuff. I see monsters and I like to get monsters. Valendar makes some really neat monster sets. Look at that. Skies of Terra. It's another Dimension Theory product. Just wondering if my new products made it on here yet. There's that beach. Okay, like before, let's let this catch up. We're just gonna download the stuff and not install it. And I imagine I could possibly start setting some things. I don't know if that works. Is it going to get mad at me? Let's try it. Might as well install that. I don't know what it all is. If I'm a little bit confused, this dinner food, I kind of decided that I'm going to let that stuff go in with the Genesis stuff. It's nice to have some props that you can grab. Let's grab all this Michael 5 stuff. Michael 5. Michael 5. Michael 5. What's on top? Movie stands, that's for environs. Zach for Genesis underwear. Spy Moves, that's for Generation 4, but I'm definitely going to be trying that for Generation 5 and 6 as well. It's a little twist on the foot rotation in the cool new enhancements in the graph editor. Okay, now while that stuff is in, I don't have to select a folder because it's on this folder, and I'm going to start it. I'm going to let it delete when it's done. Look at how fast it installs stuff. I mean, I can't open up all those zip files that fast. Here's one that goes in with Genesis. Might as well just go ahead and install that one while it's selected. Well, look at all this stuff. We just select it all once and then see if I can deselect anything that doesn't belong. Okay, Piranha doesn't belong. Poses don't belong. Let's not put the science fiction pistols in there, no. But we do want this mountain trail. That must have just come in. And now we're going to set this to environs, okay? And now run the queue. Bam, bam, bam. Got that new cryo environs from Stonemason. That always makes a person happy. Now let's see, does it tell us where it got installed to? Environs. It says right there. Right at the very bottom line. Runtimes, environs. Nice. See what I'm saying? It's a really smooth system. And why don't we take this stuff, there's top of the world, and we'll just go ahead and run this to legacy. No, I'm gonna make a new one for poses, just so that, and I'm gonna make a new one for low res. So for now, let's just take these guys, well, actually, and just run those into. Now this is just going to install itself into Carrara anyway, so you can select that no matter what's selected here. That's a Carrara install. It's gonna go to Carrara. Okay, let's just start that queue. Bam. Look at that. This is kind of neat that you can do it while this process is going, because you don't have quite such a bulky list to deal with. You cannot go into this while it's busy working, though. You have to, any new categories, you have to wait. You know, or you could easily just stop this from working. But why do that? It's easy enough to come back and clean this stuff up later. Don't even have to really click things if I'm ahead of the game like this. I can just come along and install that and install that. I even thought about maybe taking the DS ones and putting those in the recommended folder, but I noticed that if you get back into some of the older files, products and stuff like that, you can really make a mess out of that Genesis folder. So I try to keep only Genesis as much as possible in that directory, this directory here. That I like to try and keep that with just Genesis, simply because it keeps it nice and clean. I don't like it when it gets all messy. So Mecha Bay, that's a nice new system that I just got. Didn't even get a chance to play with it yet, but I saw it in my runtime and it looks gorgeous. Look at this. We got some weapons for our new weapons category. Just jam those in there. I have a nice caged cart for vehicles. Open up vehicles. at that. Love that thing. It's the Satyrs for Genesis 1. A lot of Genesis 1 stuff coming out. A lot of Genesis 2 stuff coming out, but there is a lot of Genesis. I'm going to go ahead and put this guy in animals. And like I did before, I'll take Loretta low-res and put her in with V4, and Lorenzo low-res and modern males. I'll stick those in with M4, and that's good enough separation for all of that. So yeah, we got all this stuff, and now once it's installed here, not sure why nothing is showing up with smart content. I wonder if that's because I haven't opened up DAZ Studio yet. Started up CMS. Not exactly sure. For hair caps. Okay, let's get rid of the show details and let's head back to ready to install, ready to download. What do we got going on here? Oh, we got cars coming. But now you're catching an idea of what's going on. I'm going to go ahead and pause this video session, save a little time, and catch back with you guys. What's nice about it, I think, about doing this and showing you in this kind of a way, that now if you have any questions, you can go ahead and go see what I'm doing here and ask questions depending on what you've known, what you now know according to this. So far it's going pretty smoothly. I think maybe since this right here is just a testing of showing how to install stuff to different runtime, you really actually want to create those new runtime categories in order to do it. But now that we know how to do that, we don't have to actually wait for me to do it. We could actually check out DAZ Studio and Carrara and see what things are looking like in there. Okay, I think this is going to go good enough to at least get a starter tutorial going, and then can maybe do something further in response to questions that might come up. I'm just going to go a little bit further into this. I'm going to select some more things that we'll put in environs here and get those started while I explain that I just read a passage by Spooky on the forums, and he says that if you are running more than one version of Carrara, get this guy and you get this started, and see now it's all going to go into this environment right here. Okay, now anything that is specifically made to go into Carrara, it doesn't matter what you have selected here, it will install to any of the install paths that you have in here. In the see, here's the show applications list. So he says that if you have more than one version of Carrara installed at the same time on the same machine using DIM, well, not necessarily using DIM to install the software, but if you're going to use DIM for content, you must log all of the versions in this application list. So, you know, like on this one, I have the one Carrara and the two DAZ studios. But all of my DAZ studio stuff just goes to one folder anyway. It goes to this one. Okay. Carrara, you need to have, like say you have Carrara 7 and Carrara 8.5. When you use this button and end up at this applications list, make sure that the install path for Carrara 7 and Carrara 8.5 are both listed there separately. Then what will happen is when you have a Carrara native product, it will install to both places, or three if you have three of them selected. Okay, that's the way it's designed, which is excellent if you ask me. Alrighty, so with that, I'm just going to wrap up and get this thing up here so you guys can get a view of it and ask any questions that you might have. And you know, if we need to put some more of this video up there to make it clearer, easier to understand, please let me know. It's my pleasure to do so. Once you get it installed, you can uninstall. You can access the READMEs. You can hover over the product and find out which order number it came from. If you ever want to resource and see, you know, go to your account online and you know, find the order. You can do that. It's a very handy tool, but more than handy, it's relieving. It's doing an awful lot of work where all I have to do is just a little bit of management here, and very little work on my behalf compared to what I used to have to do, which is double-clicking executable files. Just going to set this to the default, and now I'm going to come to this. It helps to actually highlight the line, because if you hit the wrong one, now you've installed something to the wrong spot. No problem. If you know what it was that you installed, just go back over to the installed and uninstall it again, and immediately you'll see this ready to download number change. As soon as you uninstall something, bam, it's ready to download again. So if you uninstall something and you don't want it showing back up in here, then right click and hide it. Okay, so you got that option, and then it's not constantly pestering you to install it. Okay, and then there's ways to display hidden ones, and then I believe once you display your hidden ones, I think you can set them to be unhidden again, or you can just install them or whatever. So, but now that we have this, anything selected like that, and you know what has to go in there, like I want to install this greater and lesser goblin. It's helpful to select the line so you can follow it across and then just jam that button. Otherwise, if that's unacceptable, you just can't do that, then just click this and start the queue. It doesn't care if you only have one thing selected. Okay, graveyard Bryce failed, and that could be because I don't have a Bryce path. So I'm going to delete it and get it back in here. Bam. Cannot find required path. Requires that the installed path Okay, well, we'll figure all that stuff out. Oh, it got it. Okay, cool. That's what it was talking about, is it couldn't install it because it doesn't know where to put it. Can't blame it there. Yeah, look at that. My new packs just showed up. Oh, cool. Actually, it looks like they're actually on the list to be downloaded. No, I think I just stopped. By deleting that, I think I just stopped the process from happening, which is kind of cool because I could use a break and just wrap this thing up and now go open up Carrara and DAZ Studio and see how things are going after I've gone through all of this. I still don't really know if they work, so I'll wrap this up and I can do all that stuff while this is going, so I'm going to just continue my downloading. Bam! Remember, uncheck this and you'll get everything in your ready to install list. And then all you have to do is select where you want it to go. Look, I've got environs and I've got cargo units that I want to go there. Bam, bam. You know, it's that simple. It's, oh, enchantment. That's cool. That's my new pose set that just came. That's brand new right there. Awesome. Dragonfly. That's a vehicle. Fly Dragon. That thing is a neat animal. I'm going to install that right now. And then I have this Chameleon Treasure Beast. Okay, that's cool. Clothes. Warden. That's Genesis. Dragonfly is a cool vehicle, so I'll just run those two. I can't remember what BioLite is. I'm pretty sure that that's an animal thing too. That's where I'm putting it. Alright, and let's just go ahead and get this Genesis stuff. That's what I'm all about right now. I want my Genesis fix. I need my Genesis fix. So why don't we put this stuff in the default folder wherever it wants to go to. Get that taken care of. That might be important. This is all V4. I'll go ahead and put spy moves in V4, and then I can. No, I'm gonna do a pose runtime, a special pose runtime. So that stuff is V4. Go to V4. Start queue. Bam. And then we're going to do some vehicles. Skylords is vehicles. Sports car vehicles. Where's my vehicles? Runtime. Bam. You know what I'm saying? And then we're going to have this guy. Why didn't he go? I probably didn't have him selected. Skylords. Oh, it probably came in while I was installing stuff. So I have decided that I want these, my legacy 4 and earlier poses to go to a special pose runtime. I'm not sure if that's going to work out to my liking because, yeah, I'll try it. Alrighty, then Dartanbeck on the DAZ Install Manager. Signing off. Have a good day.